Welcome to Super Entrepreneurs Podcast. I'm your host, Shahid Durrani. Today we have with us someone special, Dr. Robb Kelly. He's known worldwide as the recovery expert, the addiction doctor. And he honored us today to talk about all these things that are affecting, many of us in our business, in our life. And for him to, grace us with his presence and share this information and, make an impact and a positive impact is commendable. So I appreciate him for coming on our show. He lost his family, his career, his home, and he rebuilt it with neuroscience, faith, and spiritual awakening. Welcome to our show, Dr. Kelly.
Hey, thank you so much, man. Great to be here. Hey, guys, this is going to be a good one. You might want to sit down for this one.
Yes, definitely. It's going to be a good one. We had some technical issues for the past few weeks trying to get on the show, but we finally did it, right? So can you take us to the exact moment when you did hit rock bottom, if you can recall it? I'm sure you don't want to go there, but if you can, that'll be really helpful for someone out there, right? So the moment you knew your identity, needed to shift, or there needs to be a different, someone more empowering to take the seat rather than the survival version, right?
Yeah. So it was, I was drinking alcohol too much. I used to be an alcoholic, and I lost my children. They were taken off me by the authorities because I was in charge of them for 2 days. And I was drunk. I never fed him or changed diapers or nappies. So that was, oh my God, look what happened. And then I remember stabbing my wife 3 times one night because she didn't let me finish my bottle of vodka. So that's like a step lower. And then the first day on the streets, it was horrible. Nobody would talk to me. I was literally abandoned. I died twice on the streets in Manchester, which is really important for the story we're going to tell you. And then I finally got off the streets, and I decided to spend the rest of my life helping people with alcohol, drugs, and their families. And of course, that over the years sped into inspiring, changing the brain, businessmen, podcasters, still alcohol, drugs, depression, dementia. And we just got into this whole side thing. But right there and then on the streets for the first night, I remember thinking, Shahid, what the hell just went wrong, man? What the hell just went wrong?
It's scary to imagine, but it does happen, and a lot of people, successful entrepreneurs that come on this show, there's some stories of them, losing everything, like millions, and making it, losing everything, and then, relying on food stamps, and then now they're back up again. And my late mentor used to say, Bob Proctor used to say that, when you have the right inner world, you could lose everything multiple times and you'll bring it back. That's the gift that we have. So I'm grateful to have you here, and all good, and you beat that addiction. Now, can you share, if you ever tried to quit, before this meltdown?
Yeah, so I tried 1,000 times. I went to treatment centers, cold turkey, and it just didn't work. And the reason why nobody knows anything about mental health, really. They pretend they do. They give you medication and stuff like that. It's like, the reason I couldn't stop drinking is because my hypothalamus. My hypothalamus is my survival part of the brain. It tells people adamantly to drink water, eat food to survive. During the alcoholics drinking career, it turned round, and it doesn't tell alcoholics to drink water, eat food. It tells alcoholics to drink alcohol to survive. So when the survival part of the brain is telling me, if you don't drink alcohol, you're going to die, even though it's to the contrary, kids, wives, everything go the back, and I'm concentrating on alcohol. Unless that's fixed, you're always going to relapse and you're going to die. That's the deal.
And the times that you did quit, you would be invited somewhere, or you go to a function and there's drinks all around you. And, that's another aspect too, right? That, what do? I want to take a drink.
Yeah, it is. It's hard. But people often, they ask me, what's it like being an alcoholic or an addict? And I tell people this, when you go home tonight, take your cell phone and put it on the kitchen counter where you can see it from the living room or watching TV, whatever. And every time you look over to it or you're going to text, that's an alcoholic or an addict wanting drugs that bad. And it just takes over your life. But the good news is, once we get rid of all that, we are geniuses. Everybody's born genius, Everybody can build a multi-million-dollar business. Everyone can create empires, but they can't. I've got 4 businesses. I opened a restaurant. I've got offices in San Antonio, Dallas, Manchester, London, Switzerland, Spain. But I decided to open a British restaurant next door to my offices. People thought we're insane. A British restaurant in Texas? Are you crazy? No, we're making it work because it's all in the mind. Sometimes it's not who you believe you are, because you're probably not that person, but the belief in creating empires becomes easy.
So powerful. When I was in the medical field, I'm not a doctor or anything, but I had a medical facility and we would get together for meetings and they would always, whoever we would meet, they would always pick a restaurant and then one drink would lead to another drink, another drink, another drink, another drink, another drink. And then the next meeting, 2-3 days out of the week, 4 or 5 days out of the week, and then the weekend comes and you got to do it again, right? With friends. So if somebody's suffering in that, type of trauma, it's a lot of fun when you're doing it, but it's in a way it's kind of devastating. But what can you advise? What kind of pointers you could give someone that they could start doing to, make some positive steps towards recovery?
Dialogue is always first, start dialogue with somebody. Don't be ashamed that you, and maybe an alcoholic or addict or depressed or PTSD, start dialogue with somebody. Hey, somebody you can trust. When you share with somebody, the weight's lifted off your head. And let me tell you categorically, guys, if you're in that space and you feel like you're embarrassed, I work with movie stars and rock stars today. I work with A-list celebrities. You would be aghast how many people have been through what you're about to go through. So it's not like you're demeaning or second-class citizen. Every single person that's got well over the last 10, 15 years have come through this program, probably. So you're not on your own. Call us. We'll chat. Not cost you anything. Put you on because I would rather spend 20 minutes on the phone with you than hear of your suicide next week.
Yes.
That's it. I'm going to give my phone at the end of the show. You text me. We're going to get you on track. And we're going to make this podcast a life-changing experience. This is not just a podcast. This is a call right now to action, guys, that you're going to change your life from whenever you hear this podcast. We're going to give you some direction. We're going to give you some solid foundations to go on and live life like you're supposed to live it.
Yeah, wonderful. That dialogue is very important. It might be troublesome for someone to start. What kind of pointer can you give someone that has difficulty to even begin bringing out that they have a problem, especially entrepreneurs, like we don't want to share that there's something wrong.
The stuff that you're going through right now, guys, whatever that might be, is like a semester at Harvard University. You have to remember that. It's training, it's knowledge, it's education, it's all this stuff to take you into the future. We've got to get through it. We've just got to get through it. Learn about it. Learn what you're actually suffering from. Anything to do with psych, learn about it and see what you can do about it. Step forward. Because I'm telling you now, guys, once you go through this, you have the opportunity to become an absolute monster in business, in life, in relationships, all that embarrassment, all that shame, remorse, guilt that we carry with this stuff. Once you start dialogue, once you get in contact, move forward, everybody can recover from psych injuries. I can cure addiction like that. I can turn you into a multi-million
everyone.
Like that. It's not, we're probably the only people that can do it. And before, guys, you throw something at the screen, go Google me. And I say that out of confidence, not ego. I don't need any more money. I'm fine. But I'm telling you guys that you can do this. I swear, I have over 11,000 patients that's been through the program over 30 years. We have a 98.
You can do it as well.
Of course you can, guys. It's impossible not to do it if you get this right.
Yeah. You mentioned a few times about trauma changes the brain and identity. Can you share when you first realized that addiction was rooted in some kind of trauma rather than your behavior?
Yeah. So we were studying this. So we spent about $1.5 million over the 20 years I've been in the US. Studying the brain, studying the mind, studying the actions. And everybody has childhood trauma. It's the gateway drug. Just remember that, guys. Okay. So many times I came across it with the childhood trauma. Now, it's not the stuff like divorce, plane crash, car crash. It's not that stuff we're talking about, guys. We're talking about the deep, deep stuff that's stored in the subconscious brain. We have to bring that out. So we have tools and software to bring them memories out. I have lots and lots of memories. I mean, my mother and dad, my mother and father used to drop me off at their friends every Friday night with other kids. So they could go drinking, and they'd pick us up Saturday morning, so we'd stay overnight. The minute my parents' car pulled out of the driveway, we played a game called Run Around Naked Game. There's about 8 kids and about 4 adults, and we had to all get undressed, and they used to chase us around the house and tickle us. I didn't know that was sexual abuse. I didn't know that's going to affect my future relationships and my future business dealings. I didn't know that because they normalized it. Watch for this normal. If you can't keep a girlfriend, boyfriend, if you can't keep a job, if you're not living that life, it goes straight back. It correlates straight back to the childhood trauma. This goes right back to this. And we've proven it thousands and thousands and thousands of times. Clear this up, the world becomes everything you want it to be. But while you're still suffering from this in the subconscious brain, you will keep self-sabotaging that next win. And you will self-sabotage in ways you even know you're doing it. So you have to go back. We have to discover and discard of the childhood trauma.
You know, for me, when I was little, I had a face deformity. So my left lip was up like this, like it was up, and it just stayed there. It just stayed there. My parents took me to every specialist, did everything. They had no idea. Doctors had no idea what was going on. So the trauma that I realized through my own internal transformations that I worked on is that every time I would ask for milk, it was a vivid memory I have of that age. I guess I was around 4 or 5. Yes, I was drinking milk. So I even started talking late too, when I was till 5, I think I started. So she would look at me, and then she would feel sad. And then she would say, please don't look at me. She would move my face. She didn't mean anything by it, but she was hurt so much that she had to see it. She thought that, maybe if I don't see it, I won't feel bad, but what it had an effect on me then as growing up is that I started becoming a people pleaser, right? I started buying kids candies and stuff just so they would be friends with me. And that carried on into business and life and everything. Just one example.
Yeah. And these stories are time and time and time again, man. It's just like the way I look at somebody in your position and my position, especially the homelessness, is I got nothing to lose, man. And when I've got nothing to lose and find my identity, I'm a very dangerous person. And everybody else is. It's like your ID is not in your relationships. Your ID is not in your wife or your husband, because if they all of a sudden leave, you're left with no identity, and that will kill you. Especially for entrepreneur. Can anybody become an entrepreneur? Yes. Can anybody, be the best person they can be and live the life they want to live? Yes. Of course they can. And if you don't think that, guys, somebody's put that there back in the early day. You're a piece of crap. You'll never you didn't go to school. You flunked out at 60. It doesn't make any difference. It's 2025, man. If you start believing in yourself, you can be anybody you want to be. Because you know what I would like, Shahid? I'd hate to get to the age of 70, look back on my life to my 40s and 50s and realize there was nobody watching and I really could have done anything I wanted to do.
I love the energy of this episode so far. So, obviously there's a big difference between wanting to change. I think we all want to change, right? But then being actually ready to change. Can you share what actually, flips the switch in the subconscious?
Because you will never see yourself for who you are. You only believe what other people tell you. So if you're no good guys, happy, claiming benefits, you'll become that guy. Always never be the smartest guy in the room. Hang with the people that you want to be. If you're on 40 grand a year now and you want to earn 80, hang around the guys that earn 80 grand a year. It's called the mirroring part of the brain. We replicate the person in front of us. Like I was in Dallas for 14 years. I said to my friends, I'm thinking of writing a book. Well, they laughed. Don't be so silly. I came to San Antonio 4 years ago. I said to my new guys, I'm thinking of writing a book. What? You've not wrote a book? What is wrong with you? I wrote a book. So it's really important that we look at the subconscious brain. I'm going to give you a technique that do every single day. It takes like 3 minutes. That'll snuff out the brain. I love it. And then bash in the conscious brain. If you're not having a great day, I never have bad days. I have better days than others. How can you have a bad day? I don't care what you're going through. Tomorrow can change. Tomorrow's new, man. So watch the subconscious brain. The guy who wants to kill you, make it look like an accident, and live in the now. Very important. And the biggest one of all, Shahid, stop giving a shit what people think about you.
Yes.
Ready.
Yes.
Stop it.
I love it. I love it. Oh man, this is so amazing. And next question I want to talk to you about, that this is an important one that I also speak about, is the identity shift. Is stepping into something that feels a lot more deeper than, it feels so much more deeper than any intellectual planning, if you may say. So what I'm trying to say is the identity of the experience that I experienced is the fact that I started looking or noticing my triggers, my, reactions, my thoughts, my emotions. And the more I did that, the more I was witnessing it through awareness, the more I started labeling them, the more they started losing meaning, not meaning like in a negative way, but meaning that effect on me. And as that started dropping, the fear started removing itself. And then, you just start wanting to just feel super, just like you mentioned, your born with these incredible things. So once you discover that identity, your true identity, that feeling of feeling super or limitless or doing a lot of things and doing good for other human beings, it just becomes a natural thing. You don't need to work or try to, do it or get it. It's just you become it. And so my next question to you is that you speak about identity shifts a lot as well. What does a person, in your experience, what you do may be different than mine, right? So how do you help people, or how do you shift that identity where healing becomes natural?
So there's a part in the brain called the basal ganglia. It's our repetition, strengthens and confirms part of the brain. It's like driving a car. First of all, it's really hard. You do it a number of times, it becomes easy. You do it every day, it becomes a working part of the mind, which means that you do the act without even thinking about it. You can be talking to your mum, waving to your girlfriend, listening to music and reversing at the same time. It just becomes a working part of the brain. Anything you do, repeat it. So repetition, strengthens and confirms on any action, good or bad. The idea is 300 neural pathways die in the brain every single day. What are you replacing them with? Are you replacing past trauma, or are you looking forward? Because the brain, here's the thing, the brain doesn't know the difference, guys, between the truth and the false. It doesn't know the difference. We're not living in this planned, rigid. They used to think the brain was hardwired. It's not hardwired. So your outlook on life changes from tomorrow. Well, I just want, to provide for my family. Well, start freaking acting that way. Don't be I'm not too sure. I used to walk into a room, Shahid. I used to look around and go, does anybody like me? Do you know what I did today? I kicked that. I walk in and go, who do I like today? Because we're all powerful. We're all leaders, but you have to know the neuroscience behind it to change that self-sabotaging pattern around to be that person. So if you're at home in the projects or whatever, council houses, you live in a small apartment, start walking like a millionaire. Start holding your chin.
Right, going baby, work. That's right.
Start talking better to yourself. Well, I might. No. There is no plan B here, guys. Your plan B was years ago when you messed up. There's a plan A. Arnold Schwarzenegger told me this years ago when I met Manchester in 1989, maybe 79, 70. We looked after him for 3 days, okay? And this is where my mindset exploration come from. We picked him up at the airport. We got back to the hotel. We stayed with him for a few hours. I'm talking to him and I said, Arnold, your bodybuilding is amazing. We love you. I was a bodybuilder. But what are you going to do after all this goes away? And he said, well, I'm going to do 3 things. I'm going to do 3 things. Okay, what are they? I'm going to become the highest paid movie star in the world. We're like, Arnold, you can't even speak English. I mean, this is impossible. Yeah, what next? He said, I'm going to become a governor of a US state, preferably California. Yeah, that's almost impossible, Arnold. What next? I'm going to marry into the Kennedy family. Check, and freaking check. Because he told me back 40, 50 years ago, there's no such thing. If you have a plan B, forget plan A. It's never going to work. Or can I do plan B? Everybody can do anything you want to do. Stop putting these blockages. Stop putting these made up beliefs and trauma and the people around you that you're not enough or capable of to succeed. If you want to earn $1 million, it's not that hard. Now, stay insane while you do it. It's a different story. But to be the best father, it's not that hard. Best mother, it's not that hard. But stop taking advice and ideas of other people.
So, some people may say, well, doesn't that create some sort of a delusion if you make your goal a reality now? From my side, how I look at it is that we, experience a goal or we see a vision, and then we have so much faith, this like super faith, extreme faith, where there's no other choice but to become it, meaning that you just know it's going to happen. That's why you become it, not because you're trying to daydream or something. It's a very deep, it's part of your being, that goal, So I would like to hear your side of the viewpoint on that. If anybody says, well, I'm not going to be delusional. I want to live in this delusion, right? Like I don't want another one.
If you think this is the delusion, your plans, it's never going to happen. Go drink, go home, go forget it. Other people, well, you're just delusional. Well, I'm not, but you are. But why would you comment on mine? See, here's the thing in life, guys. No one will ever negatively comment that's doing badly, that's doing as good as you or better. It just doesn't happen. You get the guys, oh, you're delusional. That's crazy. Well, let's see who's crazy in a year's time. All right? Because am I going to surround myself with people that hold that vision with me and vice versa? I'm going to get that. Listen, guys, when you have a spiritual connection to your God, listen carefully, because the mind is energy. You can't see it, touch it, feel, but it connects with another energy, okay? You change the neural pathways, Okay, so we have a change of mind. Your DNA changes. Why is that important? You're not the same guy yesterday as you are today. And we've got tests on this and we've got some trials. It's like, you've got to start thinking that you can achieve this, because I'm telling you now, you can. You can. And if you do everything we tell you to do and you don't, I'll send $1 million your way, guys, for wasting your time. And I'll sign a document to that. It's a gassed hammer. They're guaranteed, come on with my program, do it, take you to 100%. Listen, we're the only company in the world that has a 98% success rate. We're the only company in the world that offer a money back guarantee. We will refund your money if we don't get you to where you want to be. And we're talking about movie stars, pop stars, road cleaners, singers, all these people that we've created from these offices, or I've created, is because of the suffering that I went through. I was angry when I came off the streets because nobody could tell me what I'm suffering from. Just stop drinking, couldn't do it. Couldn't just stop taking, couldn't do it. I wanted to know why I couldn't do it. And that's when the whole neuroscience came into play. You can manipulate the mind to program the brain, mind over matter, to program the brain to be anybody you want to be.
It's so true. Once you create that image and you basically become that image, it just feels like the outside starts molding, people start showing up, the guests, for example, for me, the guest quality has improved, and other areas, people are helping me from every angle. Just wonderful people are showing up to help me promote the audio, the video, do the production. It's like I'm not really forcing anything. Before I was trying to chase everything and everything just felt so difficult. Now it just feels like it's just bound to be. It's like something that is just natural. It's like a river flowing. It's nothing complicated. It's just my belief that it's done, and that's what I think to get to that level, people have trouble with, right? Especially when they work with mentors that I'm not saying all mentors, but I would say may confuse things even more. And that is why I'm very, passionate about bringing people like you on the show, because people cannot just downplay something because of a bad experience. They need to get the right help, So most people, for example, don't know how to deal with the shame, regret, and any damages from the past. Could be even someone hurt their ego and they still think about it. I should have done that, So I would love to hear from you if you could share, how do they rebuild their worth, that you could provide any guidance to them on this episode right now, what they could do, some kind of steps, anything they could do to step into their true potential and work with that shame, regret that they may have from the past.
So make 3 friends every day. I don't care if it's online, Dad. Make 3 friends friends today, man. You bet we are. We're BFFs. Talking about. Listen, if you want to change your life from tomorrow morning, I'm going to give you 3 things to do. We're going to repattern the brain. We're going to flood the brain, and we're going to repattern how the subconscious brain works. Okay, simple. One of the reasons when we wake up in the morning is we never wake up laughing is because of lack of oxygen. Okay, so the presence of oxygen equals the lack of disease. Every single disease in the body starts in a hypoxic area. So we wake up. The subconscious brain loves hypoxic areas. The conscious brain only works in oxygen. So this guy wakes us up. This guy here is stuck behind it. This guy wants you to have a bad day. This guy will start thinking, when he did this and I did, all the resent this guy, okay? We want to get rid of that guy straight away and do this with this guy. Get up tomorrow morning, okay? Sit on the bed. I want you to take 20 exaggerated breaths in and out. Let's flood the body. We only breathe 45% of our lung capacity. The only reason why you feel good going to the gym or running is not the exercise. It sets. So watch, like this, guys. Get 20 of those in as much as you can and then blow it out. Yeah, real exaggeration. Do 20 of those. Now, you'll go dizzy because what's just happened is this. This guy loves oxygen. This guy can achieve anything you want to do. Now, the 2 bad things. First of all, the brain resets every 24 hours. So again, this guy's going to wake you up, okay? When you do the breath in the morning, remember, the subconscious brain throughout the day is looking for anything to go wrong. Oh, Dr. Robb, I had a really bad day today. Was it a bad day or 10 minutes that you strung out all day? It's usually the 10 minutes. So make sure we keep this guy. Internal dialogue, surround yourself. Don't surround yourself with negative people. Get rid of them as quickly as you can. Walk into the bathroom. Look into a mirror, but stand 6 feet away. It's an optical illusion. When you stand close to the mirror, we see all our blemishes. Look at your confidence. That's how you think people see you. But when's the last time you went in the office? Hey, Jenny, we don't do that. So when you stand 6 feet away from the mirror, all the blemishes disappear. say, I love you 10 times. That it sounds silly. I love you 10 times. What we're doing is we're stuffing. Because we're looking, the subconscious brain is now active. It doesn't see them subliminal messages going in. And then brush your teeth. If you brush with your right, week on the left, week on the right, week on the left, and week on the right. Go out that day and do something different. Do stuff that we're not supposed to do. I'm not supposed to be here. I come from the projects. I was homeless. I've been in jail more times than I can remember. I died twice. I'm not supposed to be here. Says who? Says who? Who's making these rules? I don't like these rules, so I'm going to change the rules. Do them 3 things in the morning. Compliment 3 people, because you're going to change the world when you do that. Oh, well, I just compliment, it doesn't really mean anything. If you don't believe that, guys, next time you're in a built-up area of people, sneakers are always the best. When somebody's walking towards you, I want you to say 2 words. We're going to change the world with 2 words, therefore change you. Nice sneakers. Nice sneakers. He's going to go, oh, thank you, man. Turn around and watch him walk away. He's going to look down at least 2 or 3 times to his sneakers. You've just changed his world. But guess what? When he goes up to the girlfriend or wife, because he's in a good mood, now she's in a good mood. You've just changed the freaking world with 2 words. Can you imagine what 50? Can you imagine what you could do with 100 kind words a day? And changes around you. Like you've just said it, Shahid. All of a sudden I see these people trying to help me. They were already there, them opportunities, just that you couldn't see them because you were like this. Once you start heading in the right direction, what we do is we take this up and we look around, and men and women, guys, will be attracted to you. Like men, when you walk in a room, Shahid, I can tell right now people know you've walked into a room. Period. Yeah. There's no doubt about it.
I used to experience that before as well because I'm a big guy, but it was a different kind of energy before it was more of, I don't want to look at that. I don't want to look at him. Like I want to stay away. It was maybe fear-based or whatever, or anger. I don't know what it was. It was just a different vibe about it. Now it's just completely different. Like and you're so right. Absolutely. I'm not tooting my own horn in any way, but saying this is a fact. When I go, I do get that. It does. It's not just me. It's anybody that we work with. Once their energy shifts, they experience that right away. It's so subtle. They start seeing the people that never really engaged with them started treating them completely different, and I have relatives that used to be always, judgmental and dropping, what do you call them? Judgments, right? So we all have them. And now their attitude is completely different. Like they're flowing with me in conversations. They're talking about business. Like I didn't force them to do that. It's just happening all around me.
There's a difference between scared and respect. People used to say, I'm 6 foot tall. I was 310. I just lost a load of weight, but ex-bodybuilder, when I walked in the room, people were scared. I didn't like that. Respect. I like that. I want what he has. I want to be, he's so loving and respectful. Like he's got all this stuff around him, but 25% of his work is pro bono. And he gives like 200 grand. We give like 200 grand a year away to people that, are struggling with life. It's like, keep your feet in the trenches and your head in the cloud. But when people watch you go into a room and they love you, respect you, you've just changed their life without no words. It becomes effortless. This is why I say, if you want to be a millionaire, it's not that hard. Start thinking, and I like that. It's like a flowing water. It just becomes, and everything flows off you, and you become like a beacon. You've seen these lighthouses, middle of the ocean. You become that. You attract people from miles away where they can, my Shahid's over there, and psychologically, you change their life. I changed their life when people meet or listen to podcasts. It's like, oh my God, I feel so inspired. I feel awesome. And I go, don't feel awesome. You feel normal, because this way all human beings should be thinking. But we've had all the past trauma. You're never any good. You're too fat. You're too thin. It's like, don't let it tell you who you are. Once that mindset shift happens, there's no stopping you. DNA change. You can be where you want to be.
This idea that you shared, about giving a compliment about nice sneakers, I also learned in our program to do that. But in the beginning, I was kind of forcing it, right? But now I notice that I find those good things it just happens naturally, because when you awaken, I think you feel gregarious automatically. You just want to talk to people. You want to say, hey, dude, that's amazing what you just said, and people will say something. It will seem like I'm eavesdropping, but I just can't help it. I'll just say, hey, dude, that's a really important topic you just said, blah, blah, blah. Like and the 3 friends a day is not something that difficult anymore if you're in public, when you're, at this energy level, right? I think.
Online, in person, makes no difference. They will come back and they will look at you like you don't look at yourself. The only reason why we know we're any good is people tell us. We don't know. We do something. We don't know. But when people tell us, we start to build the confidence and the mindset comes. The only problem is not a lot of people will tell us. There's two kinds of people in this world, guys. The guys that love you for who you are and the guys that want to be you. Mic drop. That's all there is, man. Girls will love you, whether you're a girl or boy.
Yeah, well, Dr. Kelly, it was great talking to you. We could talk about this stuff forever. Hopefully we added enough value for people here with this episode, and, rewind the episode and re-listen to Dr. Kelly, what he was saying. Write it down and start practicing. You have nothing to lose. It's not like it's costing you anything at this point. And Dr. Kelly gave a great, incredible, unheard of guarantee. So appreciate your time, Dr. Kelly. Appreciate everybody in the audience. And yeah, if you have any final words, Dr. Kelly, please go ahead.
Man, you've got to just believe in yourself. But there's a great story I tell, and it goes to compliments and stuff. You never know who needs that compliment or good morning. There's a guy who walked to the Golden Gate Bridge and threw himself off and committed suicide. When the police pulled him out, they found his wallet. They go back to his apartment looking for next of kin. When they got there, they found a letter, and on the letter it wrote, "I'm going to walk to the Golden Gate Bridge," which was an hour away, by the way, guys, "and I'm going to throw myself off and commit suicide. I'm done with this life. I can't live like this. Unless on the way there, somebody smiles at me, says good morning, nods at me. I'll stop right there. I'll turn around and I'll try again tomorrow." Question: how many people have you walked past today who's heading to the Golden Gate Bridge?
Yeah. Wow. That's deep, Dr. Kelly. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Boom, baby. And that was such a great thing, such a deep realization right there. Thank you so much for sharing. And I remember you also said you're not doing many podcast interviews nowadays.
Well, we used to do tons and tons, thousands and thousands, but this is what we do. Okay, you'll smile at this. We turn down 15, 16 podcasts a month, okay?
You accepted ours.
Well, this is what happens. Courtney goes out and she strolls the internet and she finds guys or girls that are changing the world. And
thank you.
I haven't sold any product. I'm not interested in that. If me and you, Shahid, could change a life today,
priceless.
Priceless. That's why we get up in the morning. Yeah. Not the other stuff keeps my wife happy, pays the mortgage, man. My job is to save a life every day and make 3 new friends.
Where do you live, Dr. Kelly?
San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, I'm going to visit you, man. You're someone that definitely needs to be in the presence of or one of your events or something, but definitely keep in touch. Appreciate you. It was really, really amazing talking to you, actually. It was just phenomenal. So thank you for your attendance and your presence today, and appreciate you, and keep in touch.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye, audience.